Hello everyone, I forgot to turn the thing off, well, the thing over. But, yes, first of all, as you can see, I am now a cat. Welcome to the stream, my name is Berkeley. I normally don't look like this. Yeah, so I figured I'd have a go at playing with 2D, well, live 2D today. So, yes, let me just unmute the music. There we go. We're playing with the animals, talking with the animals, and being attacked by the animals in the Planet Zoo. This is my first time playing the game, so yes, let's just do a big career because I'm assuming we'll go with easy. Can't be bothered with it. So we'll just do medium. So just concentrate on just having fun, or actually do something. Or do something. See how this goes first. But yes, hope everyone is enjoying their day. And yes, I decided just for this stream and maybe others in the future, I will be a cat. But yes, it's also my go at having play with live 2D. But yeah, it is only using a webcam, so it's not going to be all that responsive. So, I may need to turn on a light just to get the camera. Here we go. Bit more look on my face. I think it's hard to load. Come on. Got my achievement, but oh, there we go.
Heyo at Hematu. Yeah. Oh, sorry about that. I have a habit of slipping back into the Planko language. It's good to finally meet you in person. I'm Bernard, although I insist you call me Bernie. The only person who calls me Bernard is my wife. And even then, only when I've tracked elephant dung into the carpets. As you know, I own several zoos, but I always like to show people the ropes here at my home. This is the first zoo I ever opened, and a source of great pride for me. And prides, thanks to a lion breeding program we ran in the 80s. But we're in the middle of a big renovation, and that's where you come in. Sadly, our old contractor had to retire after developing a fur allergy. Poor devil kept sneezing his dentures into the lion habitat. So, it's up to you to finish everything off. Don't worry, though. I'm not completely throwing you in at the deep end. My head keeper, Nancy Jones, will be lending a helping hand. Oh, she's a hard worker, and she'll expect you to be too. But I'm sure you'll get along like a house on fire, or even better, one that isn't on fire. Less shouting that way.
Hello there. From that rosy, fresh face of yours, I'm guessing you're Bernie's new hire. Good. Now, I hope you're ready to ditch your diploma because we're about to get really hands-on.
Right.
But before we begin the real work, how about we familiarize you with the zoo by learning how to fly around it and visiting some of our beautiful animals? We'll start by popping over and having a look-see at the grizzly bears in their habitat.
Right. We have located.
Did you know that grizzly bears, also known as Ursus arctos horribilis, can hibernate for up to 7 months a year? Oh, but then again, given the chance, I think a lot of people would do that too. Select one of the bears and you'll bring up its information panel.
Wrong thing.
See now, this is a fantastic way to get a close look at your animals. You can also get this view of an animal by simply double-clicking on it. Okay, when you're ready, let's pop over to the other side of the zoo and take a look at the lions. I've marked their location for you to find.
Also, I did want to say thank you to, Grizzly Raic, if that's pronounced right, You know me, Emma, I think that's how you pronounce the name, and also Misuka for giving me a follow and helping me get over my goal of 100 followers on Twitch. So thank you very much.
Panthera Leo
And we
Leo,
found some,
the West African lion to you and me.
well,
Lions are the most social of
lions.
the big cats, and there can be as many as 40 lions in a pride, although prides of that size are pretty rare. As Bernie would say, those lions are awesome, which is precisely why I handle the training instead these days. Anyway, how about we get started on those objectives? Come on, let's head over to an empty habitat and see what needs doing there.
Where is the lions? Oh, there's some lions. Being lions. Right, empty, empty, there it is, empty.
As you can see, it's a lovely space for animals, but it's missing a certain something. Well, two somethings. Warthogs. So I'd like you to adopt a pair of them. To adopt animals, we need to open the animal market, which is in the animal trading section.
There we go.
There we are, a pair of perfectly splendid warthogs for our zoo. Just click on them and select Adopt from the side menu. Normally the animal exchange would be full of animals, but I've emptied out the market while you learn how it works. The last thing I need is you accidentally ordering a dozen elephants.
Let's adopt you and adopt you.
When you adopt an animal, it's automatically placed in the trade centre, where they're held until you're ready to move them into their habitat, which, as it happens, you are. So how about you move them into their new home?
Send to zoo. And
When
zoo.
you ask
There
for
we
an
go.
animal to be moved into a habitat, your caretakers will go to the trade centre, collect your animal, and deliver them to your selected habitat. I've marked the trade centre's location, so let's go and watch the caretakers in action.
Right, where are we going? Okay, I'm. I don't know why people are visiting, or I may try to turn it off. There we go. We got one warthog. Bit hungry, bit thirsty. And the other one should be here soon. Zoo. Oh, what want I want? Oh, there's the other one. I turn that off. Game. So I'll turn that down a little bit as well. Let's give my computer a slight break. Right, I've done that, so oh, locate the Animal Trade Center. That's there it is.
Well, as you can see, those caretakers don't hang about. They'll move those animals to their destination as fast as possible.
Not what I wanted.
Of course, normally we'd
There
have
we
to
go.
place the animals into quarantine before moving them into a habitat. But I am assured by a person of good standing that these warthogs are in the very rudest of health. Right, let's get the warthog's habitat finished up so we can keep them nice and happy. You see, each animal in the zoo has an overall welfare statistic, basically how happy they are. And that overall welfare statistic is itself comprised of 4 different areas: nutrition, social health, habitat, and enrichment. Luckily, if you select an animal, you'll bring up their animal welfare information panel, which we saw earlier, where you can see how they're doing. That way, you'll know exactly what areas need to be addressed. Don't worry if that's a lot to remember. You can always check the Zoopedia for more information. Let's start by making sure we're taking care of the warthog's nutrition welfare. To do this, we'll need to place a food station and a drinking station. Now, each animal requires a different type of feeding station. And for the warthogs, it's a small feeding trough. So let's add one of those and a water bowl.
There we go. Diddly-doo. Put you there. And put you there.
Animals also require stimulation to keep them happy. Let's add a lovely mud bath for the warthogs to roll around in. That bath will count towards their enrichment welfare, specifically their toy enrichment welfare.
There we go. That's keep them happy.
Oh, nice work. You've got a knack for this, I see. Now, our contractor had to leave in a hurry, so this place is in a feral state. Unfinished thingamajigs and whatsits all over the shop. But the first thing we need to finish is the ostrich habitat. It's over near the hippos. Oh, before we actually start building our ostrich habitat, let's pause the game. Just click the pause button in the bottom right corner.
Did that.
That's more like it. A quick break. Sometimes it's a good idea to pause the game whilst you're doing something which requires your concentration, because it'll stop the zoo spinning out of control while you're looking the other way. Let's keep the game paused while we get this ostrich habitat built. Okay, job number 1 here is to add a habitat gate before we complete the barrier. Every habitat needs a habitat gate. After all, how else would the keepers get in and out? Just make sure it's hooked up to the path so the keepers can reach it.
There we go.
Right, let's complete the perimeter barrier so we can adopt us some ostriches. I've marked out an area for you to use, so I'd like you to finish off the perimeter using the brick barrier.
Don't know what I did there, but how do we turn it to be curved?
Good work!
There we go.
Remember, before you can place animals in any habitat, it has to have a full loop of connected barrier. Now, you've probably noticed that guests can't actually see into this habitat at the moment. At least not without a stepladder. But seeing as they're banned, I'd like you to select a piece of barrier and swap out the brick for a glass barrier, so the guests can see in.
This entire side completely. Yeah.
There we go.
There we go.
Adding in more windows gives guests even more opportunities to see the animals in a habitat. It's always best to make sure the guests can get a good view into a habitat from the path they're walking on, because it makes them happy, and because this would be a pretty terrible zoo if they couldn't. The last thing we need to do is to add a donation box. You see, when guests enjoy the view of an animal, they'll make a donation. Just make sure you put them in easy-to-reach places, like near a viewing point. Donation boxes are one of the main sources of income for the zoo, so make sure you remember them.
I'll put one over here and...
Now, before we adopt our
Alright,
ostriches,
never mind.
you should click the play button. After all, if the game's paused, then so are our caretakers, which will make it a bit tricky for them to deliver the ostriches, eh?
Right, and
By
need
the
to
way, as
stop.
well as pausing the game, you can speed the game up by clicking on the fast forward button. It'll run everything at 2 times and 5 times faster. It can be useful, especially if you're waiting for money to accumulate or for animals to be delivered to your habitat. Personally, I use it when I'm waiting for a brew to finish. All right, you've finished the habitat, so it's high time we adopted those ostriches, don't you think? Let's get 4 of them in here.
Right, we'll get you, get you, get you, and get you.
While we wait for them to be collected by the caretakers and brought to the habitat, you should get it ready for them. Add a suitable feeding station, water station, and an appropriate food enrichment item. It's often best to place things like enrichments and feeding stations near to the habitat perimeter, so guests can get a really good view of the animals.
How do you flip things around again? Wikipedia, no, that's not what I want. Nope, that's not what I want. Let's give him that. Sophie, apparently that's a... and a water off. I'll put that there. There we go. And we just got bronze.
Oh, good to see the ostriches
And
have
money.
somewhere they can really stretch their legs.
Oh wait, that's what we already
Did
got.
you know they can actually run at 43 miles per hour? Oh, heaven forbid they ever escape. The speed camera fines alone would bankrupt us.
Well, Bernie certainly seems impressed. Did he do his speed camera joke? Every time we get an ostrich. So, now we've made the ostriches' lives a bit better, let's do the same for the keepers, shall we? To make it easier for the keepers to feed the ostriches and hippos, we should build a new keeper hut. Keeper huts are where the keepers prepare the food for animals, so they should be placed near to the habitat to make sure the keepers don't waste their time walking when they should be looking after the animals. You'll need to rotate the keeper hut to get it to connect up to the path.
Z and there we go. There we go.
This keeper
Oh,
hut
thank you very
only
much,
has space for
Ricey
one
Draws.
keeper,
Thank you
but
for the
the larger
follow.
keeper hut can allow multiple keepers to prepare
Oh,
food at the
keeper
same
hut.
time. Oh, but bear in mind that keeper huts and other staff facilities shouldn't be placed near to areas where there are lots of guests. Guests don't like seeing facility buildings, and it can affect their happiness negatively.
Well, thank you for the hydrate as well.
In case that wasn't clear. Something that
Lovely,
all
I have got a drink on
facilities,
hand,
shops, and a
so-
whole host of other objects need is power, and that obviously includes your newly built keeper hut. So let's place a transformer next to it, shall we?
Right. So
Now,
I'll probably
the reason
zoom in what I'm
everything has
doing.
gone blue is because you're using the power heat map. This map allows you to see what is and what isn't powered in your zoo. So once you've placed your transformer, you can click in the bottom left to turn the heat map off. Lovely work. Now the keepers can start using the hut to prepare food, and thanks to where you've put it, they won't need to walk very far to deliver it to the ostriches and hippos. Let's get on to your next objective then. Bengal tigers. We want to adopt some, but I'm afraid there's nothing ready for them yet. Head on over to the plot of land I've marked out. It's not too far away. Righty, your next job is to build a habitat from scratch. And concrete and glass, I expect. So go
Concrete.
ahead and build it. Just make sure that the habitat includes that big hole we've dug. Oh, and don't forget to add a habitat gate to the barrier. Oh, and make sure the guests will be able to see the tigers.
And now to head over. I will make it a bit more fancier, but just get the basics out of the way. Right. There's a train line there. And turn it back to straight. Right. I think this side will do. Now glass, and let's do this side as well. There we go, and a zoo buddy door. Anniversary. One of the zoos which I used to go to as a kid, as a child, was
Now, Bernie
Marwell
takes safety very seriously at his zoos, so we should probably make sure those tigers can't jump out of their habitat, don't you think? The way we'll do it is by changing the height of the habitat's barrier. Okay then, you should start by double-clicking the habitat barrier, which will take you into barrier editing mode. Great. Now highlight the entire perimeter of the habitat. You can do that by clicking and dragging the barrier selection tool. Now that the habitat is in place, don't forget to put down a donation box near to your viewing areas. We need every dollar we can get. Especially as these tigers aren't exactly eating instant noodles for lunch.
move that down. Just where's that? Let me. Fine, that's going to be just all of it. And you can live there.
Okay, that's the habitat boundary complete, the habitat gate's in place, and
Right.
most importantly, the tigers won't be able to jump out of it anymore. I think it's time we adopted those tigers.
No, I don't want that. I want you. Send to zoo. You can live there. Send to zoo. Go there.
Whilst our trusty caretakers collect and deliver the tigers, let's take a look at preparing the habitat for their arrival. We'll start with the basics. Add a suitable feeding station for them. This time, instead of adding a water bowl, let's try something different. Some animals need a pool in their habitat so they can go for a swim, but they can also use it to drink from. All you have to do is make sure the banks of the pool have a gentle slope so they can easily get a nice, refreshing drink.
Oh, wait,
There's
train.
already a pool excavated, but you still need to fill it with water. You should do that by going into terrain and selecting the water tool. Yes, that'll do nicely. Of course, just like the warthogs and ostriches, these tigers will also need some enrichment. Why don't you add some suitable toy and food enrichment items into their habitat?
That's slightly because it's bugging me. There we go. Right. Habitat.
Okay, it's really starting to take shape. Now, the tigers will need a shelter in their habitat so they can hide from the guests, or more likely, the bad weather. Although, given that we're in England, you might want to think of that just as normal weather. Go on, add a shelter to their habitat. You can either build one from various suitable bits and bobs, or if you like, just pop down the blueprint that I've already built for you.
Where could we put this? Balloon. I'll pop it next to this side.
Oh, poor Dabs. I'm sure it can't have escaped your attention that the tigers look a bit miffed. That's because they aren't too keen on the type of terrain in their habitat. Select a tiger and bring up its information panel.
We need
Rightio.
terrain.
Click on the terrain tab. That way you can view the terrain information and see how they feel about the different types of terrain. That'll tell you what the tigers need more of or less of in this habitat. Okay then, open the terrain editing tool, select painting, and give them some more soil. Yes, that should help with the habitat part of their welfare.
There we go. Happy tigers.
They say the good fences make good neighbors. I guess that's doubly true when one of the neighbors is a Bengal tiger. Still, those tigers look so happy that I doubt they'd leave, even if you did poke a hole in their fence. Oh, but for heaven's sake, don't test that theory.
No, wait, can't do anymore. Never mind.
Let's head over to the Indian
Right.
peafowls. I've been told that we need to improve their social welfare.
Peafowls. Why do they live in a maze?
Just find one of the peafowls and select them to open their information panel. Then we can have a good gander at how they're doing. Although technically, I suppose gandering would just be for geese.
Adopt 3 more of them.
Expand their social welfare and we can get a bit more detail.
Yeah. Right. Gold.
Now, they've clearly got plenty of space and they're not stressed, but it looks like their social group isn't quite right. So let's find out more. Click on the social tab at the top of their information panel to see what's wrong. Right, as you can see, the peafowls need their population to be larger. To solve this little problem, you'll need to adopt 3 more female peafowls. Off you pop to the animal market then.
I adopt, and I did click adopt, didn't you? Oh, there we go. Send to zoo. Put it there. Send to zoo. And send to zoo.
Good work on those peafowls. I expect they'll be delivered soon. But sadly, it sounds like our snow leopard is a bit grumpy. Let's head over there and see what's wrong with her. Just like people, animals can suffer from
snow leopard.
stress if things aren't quite right. You know, like when you see someone put in the milk before the tea bag. In the case of these snow leopards, they're a bit stressed by their lack of privacy. You can lower their stress levels by swapping out the normal glass barrier by their cave for one-way glass. It's not a cheap option, but I think they're worth the expense, don't you? This will give the snow leopards somewhere to go when they want to get away from the prying eyes of the guests.
Right. Oh, barriers, there we go.
Of course, when an animal isn't in its natural biome, it's probably going to be too hot or too cold. Unsurprisingly for the snow leopards, it's It's too hot, even with the terrible British weather. You should help cool it down by adding some coolers to their habitat. But let's start by opening up the temperature heat map and having a look-see at the temperature in the leopard's habitat. As you can see, we already have one cooler in there. Let's pop some more down and get as much of the habitat as chilly as we can. Luckily for us, this habitat already has power, but you'll need to make sure of that in the future. Just so you know, if any part of a habitat is powered, then the whole habitat will be powered.
There and...
You can find heat maps for all sorts of helpful things,
See if that
so do be
works.
sure to explore them and make good use of them. It'll take a little while for the temperature to adjust once you've added coolers or heaters, but now we've got the coolers in, we can address the leopard's terrain welfare. You see, what the leopards really want in here is snow
that
and
off.
rock, so let's make that happen.
Probably bring up the snow leopard's train thing more. Where's the snow leopard gone? There's the snow leopard. Right, I want terrain. Terrain. Right, I need terrain. No.
Now then, all of that should give you a pretty good understanding of how to make animals happy. So I'd like you to go and check on all the other animals in the zoo and fix up any issues with their habitats. That'll increase the average welfare of the animals across the whole zoo. And that average welfare is a very important statistic. Now, to quickly see how all your animals are doing in the zoo, you should go into zoo management and then into the animals section.
Yeah, I just painted you, I think. There we go. Right. Fine, you can say like that. I've got fine. And we got protesters.
As you can see, this list shows you the animal's overall welfare. So if something's amiss, then you can quickly pop over to them using the locate button. Right, I'm off for a cuppa while you make sure all the animals are well looked after.
What you need? Docile, you need to be happy, lion. Away. Right. I'll find the lion again. Welfare. Right. You need more social. Seem to be stuck. Move to here. There we go. Right, zoo, animal welfare. Right, seems to be going well. Enrichment, that's what they need. So let us build. Habitat, enrichment. A frozen block of ice. No, Now these are things as zebras. I'm gonna pause that. zebra. Plain zebra. Put a couple of them over here. All them over here.
Not bad. Not bad
There we
at
go.
all. I think it's fair to say that you've passed the first part of your training with flying colours. There's still lots more to learn, but we'll have to head to another one of Bernie's zoos for that. If you want to grab your passport, we'll head off, shall we?
Right, let's go to the next zoo. New zoo save. There we go. Right. We'll continue with the tutorial. Yeah, medium. Check on something. Right. Anyway, Madagascan, already pronounced wrong, Simian Conservation Project. Let's go with that. However you pronounce it. But, yes. Hope everyone is still doing alright. Have a quick sip. Do enjoy the music. Always enjoy music in the games. Even if a level or something like that is annoying me, at least the music's alright. This looks nice.
Welcome to Madagascar. It's quite the change of scenery from dreary old England, huh? Apart from the weather, I suppose. They don't call these places rainforests for nothing. The zoo you'll be working in is an ape sanctuary, where we're doing vitally important conservation work. Not just for apes, but for all kinds of species. But apes, well, apes are some of the closest relatives to humans there are. And yet, the way the world treats them is like, well, very much like some of us treat our actual relatives. Anyway, that's why I'm determined that our operation here does some good. If we can all leave some part of the world in a better state than we found it, we'll have lived lives worth living. And speaking of states,
just yawning.
I have a horrible feeling I left the house in the right one. When I get back, I expect my life won't be worth living at all.
What do you think of Madagascar then? Bit warm for my taste, to be honest. Anyway, this is Bernie's primate sanctuary. It's not just primates, though. We've got all sorts of animals. So why don't we go and have a look at some of them, eh? We'll start by taking a look at the red-ruffed lemurs. They're the ones that look like they should be in a Shakespeare play. Come on, let's head over to them.
No, when I put control. Do. Right. The lemurs.
Red-ruffed lemurs are found in the rainforests of Massaoala. That's in northeast Madagascar. They can actually live anywhere from 15 up to 25 years. Fancy that, eh? Okay, when you're ready, let's go find our Bornean orangutans.
Look at the fluffy things. Look at him. Look. Look at the fluff. Look at this behind. As always. Oh, good grief. I do like. I know I've changed the settings down to medium, but I still love the fur physics. Well, say fur physics, the fur detail which they added. All right, where am I going? Orangutans. Orangutans. Here we go.
The Bornean orangutan is such a marvellous creature. They're always a big favourite at any zoo they feature in, and they're also the biggest tree-dwelling animal on the planet. Assuming you don't count any lions that got stuck up one. Oh, why don't you take a better look at them? Open up their information panel and go into the animal camera. Aren't they just incredible?
We'll call him Tony.
When you're ready, let's go and have a look-see at some of our beautiful bonobos. They're quite the characters.
And bonobos, where are they?
Oh dear! It looks like we've arrived just in time. One of the habitat's barriers has collapsed. And wouldn't you know it, one of the bonobos has made a run for it. We'll need to catch them. But before we do, we should box up the other bonobos to stop them escaping too.
Barrier.
Select the habitat boundary to bring up the habitat information panel.
Right.
Good. Now open the Animals tab.
Animals.
And click on Box All Animals to box up the remaining bonobos.
Where is Boxall? Where is Boxall? Oh, Boxall animals. There we go.
Now, we'll need a vet to recapture that escaped bonobo, but it seems our last one left to do some research in the wild. Not an ideal situation. So, we'll need to hire a replacement, sharpish.
Zoo.
Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area. You can find all of your staff in here, but there's no time to go looking at their particulars at the moment. Hire a vet.
I would, but there is no vets. Oh wait, that's probably why.
Now, click on one of the paths to place the vet in your zoo.
Okay.
Great. Now let's deal with our escapee before they can cause too much havoc. Use the animal alerts to jump to the escaped bonobo.
Right.
Okay, that's a relief. So while the vet deals with our bonobo friend, let's go fix up their habitat so they can't escape again. Head back over there. As you can see, the barrier's collapsed. Someone's taken their eye off the ball, obviously. Let's get this one replaced. Select the barrier and then we'll edit it. Delete the broken section of barrier and replace it with a brand spanking new one.
Okay.
Good. Now that we've done that, we need to make sure to add climb-proof barriers to the top. That way the bonobos won't be able to climb out. Just make sure you've got the correct piece of barrier selected when you do that. Okay, so go into the options section and select which side the climb-proof barrier needs to go on. And don't get it wrong. We're more worried about bonobos climbing out than guests climbing in. Nicely done. And I think it's high time we unbox those bonobos, wouldn't you say? The poor mites will get sad if we leave them in there for too long. Select the habitat barrier to bring up the habitat information panel again.
Let them all free. There we go.
So, it turns out that as well as the old vet leaving, the zoo's mechanics did too. We'll need to hire a couple of new ones so we can help stop any more breakouts. You see, mechanics do all sorts of helpful things around the zoo, but one of their most important jobs is taking care of the habitat barriers. Without mechanics around to repair them, the barriers will crack, crumble and fall down. And before you know it, we'll be overrun with escaped animals. Go into the zoo section and then into the staff management area again.
It's a bit slow. There we go.
Gosh, we have been busy, haven't we? Good work there. I'm off for a cuppa. Oh, I think Bernie wants a word with you.
Right, okay, highlight area.
Oh, I hear you had a bit of an issue with an escaped bonobo. The main thing is that you dealt with it swiftly, and more importantly, without the animals stealing someone's clothes, putting them on, and then walking out of the front gate.
You see, another key responsibility for our vets is animal research. Researching animals allows vets to unlock new enrichment items, additional information for our education resources, enhanced breeding programs, and improvements to food quality. Oh, the animal's food,
No,
not the
there we go.
vets. It'll take more than a research grant to improve the staff canteen. Anyway, as you can see, research is a key part of running your zoo. In order for a vet to undertake research, they require a research centre. And once again, that's something that this zoo is missing. So let's build one. I've marked out an area for you to put it. Now, you've probably noticed that there's already a building where I want you to build the research centre. Don't worry. You see, the building that's currently there is actually a hollow shell. So we're able to place our new building inside of it.
Ooh.
If you select the research centre for placement and then hover over the shell, you'll see that it asks if you want to add the research centre to the existing building.
Ah, there we go.
Okay, click to add it to the building. Oh, but that won't place it in just yet, though. First, we'll need to rotate our research centre so it automatically connects to the path when we place it.
That maybe, yes, no. Hello. Let's try that once more. Right. Spin you around. Ah.
Right.
There we go.
Splendid work. Now that we have a brand spanking new research centre, we can give our vets something to do in there.
Hey, Mia.
By the way, it's worth noting that the vets will only do research when they're not required to do any other jobs. That said, you can change what
doing
jobs
alright?
a vet does via their information panel. But let's not worry about
As
that.
you can see,
just
I'm our
now.
cat today.
So, let's get our vet researching ring-tailed lemurs. Go into the zoo
Zoo.
section and select Vet Research.
Right, research.
Here, you can see a list of all the animals present in your zoo,
Ring-tailed
and
lemur.
also all the potential diseases that can occur. Now, drag and drop your vet onto the ring-tailed lemur to start their research.
There we go.
Actually, thinking about it, I'm not sure we've got any education boards or speakers by the lemur's habitat. Let's head over there and add some, so our guests can learn all about the furry little delights.
You're a lemur? No, you're a chimpanzee. There you are.
First off, let's pop down 2 education boards. Place them on the habitat barriers at a height that guests can see, or, if you like, pop them down on a stand.
Let's place some board. Let's. Align to service. One.
Okay,
Two.
now that they've been put into position, we have to tell them what animal to display information about. Select one of the education boards to bring up its information panel.
Ring-tailed lemur.
And from the drop-down list, select ring-tailed lemur. Although I'm sure that last part was obvious.
There we go.
When you link an education board or a speaker to an animal, you need to make sure that said animal is close by. If it isn't, the guests will get confused and won't learn as much. Okay, now that we've done the education boards, let's pop down a pair of speakers. Speakers play audio to the guests so they can learn while they look at the animals, instead of having to go through the laborious process of reading. One thing to bear in mind is that it's important not to put the speakers too close together. If you do, the guests won't be able to understand what's being said. Now we simply need to link the speakers to the ring-tailed lemurs, just like you did with the education boards.
There we go.
Fantastic! Oh, it's worth remembering that education boards and speakers both need power to work. They won't do much good without it. Oh, it looks as though our vet has completed their research on ring-tailed lemurs. We'll need to collect the results. We can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into the vet research area. Go on, collect your research rewards.
I
Just so
did.
you know, vets will continue to research an animal even after successfully completing a research level. I suppose when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. Well,
Right.
now that we've enriched the lives of our guests, let's enrich the lives of our ring-tailed lemurs. Some animals, like lemurs, will have a climbing need. That means they have a requirement for a certain amount of climbing space, and you can fulfill that requirement by building them a climbing frame. Let's find out
Hello,
how much
Amy.
more climbing space our
Thank you for the
lemur friends
raid.
need, shall we? Select
Welcome
one of
to
them
the
and bring
stream.
up their information panel.
As you see, yes, I am being a cat. And I'm also playing Planet Zoo, while also being a cat. Let's see, where am I going? Vertical snap. Let's see, let's put you this way round.
Oh, that's a
There we
great
go.
climbing frame for them. They're going to absolutely love it.
Yes,
Do
great
you
climbing
know what would
frame.
make them even happier, though? Nicer food. But that's true of all of us, though, isn't it? You can unlock better quality food for animals through research. Luckily, we've already unlocked some for the lemurs, so all
There we
that
go.
remains
There we
is
go.
to make sure they get served it from now on. Let's bring up the habitat information panel by selecting the lemur habitat.
Bye. Go away. There we go. Yes, thank you for the raid. Let me do the shout out. Where am I doing? Shout out. Oh, me. If that works, there we go. It may have worked. Last time I knew you were playing Valorant, so I hope Valorant went well. Come on, give me. Wait. Why isn't it wanting to work? That's not what I want. Stop. Right. That's just give me rocks. Why did it give me rocks? Tell me, Lima. Why was it giving me rocks? Anyway. As always, yeah, thank you for the raid. I'm still trying to work out how to play this game. It just won't let me click on the right thing. Right. Habitat. Select habitat. There we go.
Now select the Animals tab.
Right, animals.
There we go. As you can see, we can set the food quality in here. Just click on the drop-down menu and select Grade 2 Food Quality. Grade 2 Food Quality. My mouth's already
There we
watering.
go. And locate highlighted area.
A new climbing frame and better food. Oh, you've really spoilt those lemurs rotten. Now, I think
Are
it's
you
time
happy,
we looked at
lemur?
one of the zoo's most important
Are you happy?
responsibilities. Releasing animals into the wild.
Are you
You
happy?
see, when we feel an animal is ready, we can release them into the wild. But what makes an animal a good candidate for release? Well, their age is an important factor. I mean, we can't release an animal that's a juvenile, just as we can't release one that's gotten too old. They'll also need to be fertile. After all, the idea is to repopulate the wild, so the best candidates will have a high fertility gene. And together, the age and fertility of a candidate will determine how many conservation credits will be rewarded when we release them. Now, conservation credits are vitally important. They're the lifeblood of your zoo, because earning them allows you to adopt even more animals. And what's more, the animals you can adopt will be of a higher quality. So, with that in mind, let's pop over to our orangutan habitat.
Right.
Okay, I'd like you to find Agang, the Bornean orangutan in the habitat, and select him, please. You can either click through each orangutan in turn, or select the habitat barrier, go to the Animals tab in the Habitat Information panel, and find him in the Animals list.
Animals. There he is. Release him off into the wild.
It's sad to see him go, but he'll be happy
Yeah.
out in the wild. And he's a wonderful candidate for release. Young, strong, and fertile. Excellent work there. You've definitely got potential, you know.
The way she says fertile is kind of concerning.
I see you've been doing some homework. Although it hardly seems like work when you're learning about something as adorable as a ring-tailed lemur. I imagine I'd have got much better grades at school if there'd been less algebra and more aldebra. Tortoises.
Okay, so far we've done a lot of work with habitat animals, but now it's time to learn all about exhibit animals. Let's build a brand new exhibit. I've marked an area for our new exhibit. How about we head over there? Lovely. Now let's build a new exhibit in the gap that's been left. Just add it to the building like we did with the research centre earlier, then pop it into the gap.
Right. Click that.
Perfect.
Go.
The next thing to do is adopt an exhibit animal to go in there. How about a Gila monster? Open up the exhibit trading section and adopt one.
Select you. Send to zoo.
Just as we do with habitat animals, we need to send the Gila monster to the exhibit. Click on the exhibit to send it there.
Right,
When
so I
you
did
send
that.
an animal to an exhibit, it'll automatically be given the correct setup. But that doesn't mean it's completely ready for them. So let's finish it off. We'll start by adding some enrichment items. Click on the exhibit to bring up its information panel.
I want that one.
Good. Now click on the Layout tab. Oh, well, it looks like we've only got the enrichment level 1 items unlocked at the moment. Never mind, let's turn on at least one of them for the Gila monster. As I'm sure you know by now,
down
you
humidity.
can unlock more enrichment levels by having one of your vets do some research. Now we'll also need to set the temperature and humidity in the exhibit. These are vitally important for keeping our Gila monster happy and comfortable. Click on the
Hopefully down
Climate
low.
tab.
And a little bit higher. There we go.
That's the ticket. And the last thing we need to look at is setting up the different windows. So click on the Windows tab. You can edit and customize any of the windows on an exhibit. A window can be closed and blank, or have a 2-dimensional background, or even a 3-dimensional background on it. Why don't you have a play around with the
There we
options?
go. That looks quite nice. And you can't see his
There's also
neighbours.
an exhibit education board. Pop them down near your exhibit to teach your guests about them. Let's add one now.
Let's see. Ah. And there. also need to change it to that one.
Lovely
There
stuff.
we go.
Now our guests can learn all about our venomous friend here. Right, now, I've got a bit of a big job for you. I need you to increase the number of species in the zoo. You'll probably want to adopt both habitat and exhibit animals to do so, which will mean building plenty of new habitats and exhibits for them. Go on, off you pop. I'll check in with you when you're almost done.
Right. How many animals have we got in the zoo? Animals. And got lemurs. More lemurs. The monkeys. This is counted properly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 3 more. First of all, I'm going to actually sort something out. Welfare. What do they need? Enrichment. Habitat. Enrichment. That's not the right one. Or is it the right one? Spawned by monkeys. Give them some drums. Yeah, have some drums. You like playing the drums of your people. Tree forager. Species food. Musical keyboard, that'll help them. There we go. Right. Make sure they're all happy first. Right, now we need to add some more species. Let's see if we can add enough exhibit. Maybe over here. We can get enough one of those things. I'll add a good space for. No, it's not good space for exhibit. That looks like enough space. Right, we need construction, architecture. How is the vet going? Have a break. Here we go. Right. Blueprints. We need that little small hut thing. Prefabs. Shop. I'll just have one. Why don't you let me build up there? Fine, be that way. Right, let's make a path. And it was a wood. Make it a little bit wider. There we go. Right, there's that. Let's build a barrier for some species, which I'm not sure of. What have we got? Tapirs. I quite like tapirs. Yeah, I don't think we've got any tapirs. Tapirs, animals. No, we don't have any tapirs, so we'll be building a tapir thingy. Barriers, wood logs. Right, length is good. And we'll make it. See, no, we'll curve that. Okay, maybe you can't. I saw tapirs don't need all this much space, but we can make this 2 habitats. Yeah, this is the. I quite like this game engine, the Cobra engine, which is funny enough the same one which is used in the game Elite Dangerous. Obviously, it's also used in Planet Coaster, but yeah, it's also used in a space game. So that's not what I want. Thank you. Why aren't you working? Howdy. There we go. Yes, I know it's not straight. Right. Nice, good view. Don't know what I'm putting in this one yet, so right. I'll put you over here. That one can be over here. Just the off chance, make it a little bit taller. Don't need that one to be taller. There we go. Right. Now we want terrain. Fine. Apparently we don't get to do that. Trees. Let's see what we're doing. Tapirs. Or hippopotamuses. There's a red thing a minute ago, but never mind. Right. Hippopotamuses. Let's see, diddly-doo. Adopt a few of them. 1, 2, 3. I will pause that. Habitat. Hippo. Oh, damn. Right. They will have a house on the... Actually, I would say they have a house up there, but I would like to get them some water, but seems I can't. That's the wrong way round. Right. Habitat. Bedding. Howdy. Cooler. Hippos? Hippopotamuses. Melon. Oh wait. Large water bowl. I'll give him 2 of them. Give me some bedding out there. Some skittles. Right. Probably moved them in. Sent to zoo. On hippopotamus. 2 hippopotamus. And 3 hippopotamus. What I would like to do is give them some water, but yeah, I can't change the terrain. This is annoying. The only thing I can do is expand. Could do that actually. Overlapping. Is it overlapping? There. There's my hippopotamuses. Yeah, I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm going to remove this path and make it go over. So pause that. Up, where's up? That's Q. Right. Half. Shift. Up. Come on. You know you want to fit. Howdy. Right, let's get the hippos to the water. So we are building a wall. Hmm. There we go. And now let's give them a bit more water. Why are you... Yeah, I realise why it's lagging out now. Right. I think that doesn't look too bad. Let's let the hippos come in first. Why aren't you working? Why don't you like being that? Oh. Barrier. Let's see if that works now. Unblocks. Right. Wait for social space. Should be getting that in a moment. Species food enrichment. Habitat. Going up. They need more space. Might need more space. Yeah, need a lot more space. Vet. Let us go to that. Better. How do we move you? Move over to here. Move over to here. Rain. Need more rock. That box just flew over there, but rock. Rain. Unfortunately, I can't do much about the water. So I'll just open up more of the which I could do. Right, barriers. That'll be fast. I'm trying to fix it. Release it back into the wild. Right, enrichment is done. Brain. It's as best as I can do, because yes. I might give up on the hippos. Is that due to it? Maybe this? I may have to get rid of hippos. Gone with tapirs instead. Right. Do they just need more? Hippopotamuses. Social group. Space. How much do they need? I'm gonna have to release them back into the wild. Go back into the wild. Okay, that didn't work out. Right. Note to self, no hippos. Right. Go my original plan. Barriers. There. And we'll build a thing somewhere. Oh, you've already got one. Right. Hippopotamuses? Unfortunately, no. Mandrills? No. Lemurs? No. We've got. Make an exhibit over. Make an exhibit up here. Buxton. Oh yeah, that's not right. We need blueprints. Constructed. How about we put you over here? Yes. How do you delete the whole thing? Path, go to view, and we'll go back to blueprints. And vertical snapping off, and we'll do flat terrain. It didn't do whatsoever. Ooh, damn. There. Let's not speak for that anymore. Right, zoo. What do we have? Exhibits. Find we. As soon as you do have an empty exhibit. Exhibits, we have a Iguana, cockroach. Iguana and cockroach. Giant boa and cockroach, we already got them. Snails. Drop some snails. Into zoo. Into zoo. Right. Play out. Turn you down. And humidity up. I know it's not the right humidity level. Right. Layout. Can't really do much more. But it's happy. There we go. Snails. Be happy with snails. Right, what can we put in here? Something other than snails. And cockroaches. Frogs! Not Wednesday, but we'll have some frogs. I have 4 frogs. Oh, now we've got too many frogs. Zoo, exhibits, frogs, and no power. Right. Panels. Right, happy now? Yes. Right, temperature. Are they actually going? There we go. Why doesn't it look like anything's moving? Oh, we haven't got any power, that's why. Power. Facilities. Let's move you somewhere away. Half. Right. You have power? Maybe? Everything should have power. There we go. Too cold, too cold, too cold. Come on, back up, back up, back up. 29, that'll do. Out. Can't really do much about it. We haven't researched them. Where is the... We shall research frogs. Right. Have we got any tapirs yet? Yes, we have. We've got one. Right. Right. Just so we don't have M2 animals laying around. I was peeing, I wonder. Right. Tapirs. Habitat. Tape. Or tap, that'll do. How do you spell tapir? Ah, it's tapir. No wonder I can't find it, so I'm looking at the top. Right, Forest Box and Richmond Centre. I'll find out how warm they need to be in a moment. This will have a plateau. Maybe something smaller. That looks nice. Right, need a bow feeder. Tire. And some smaller bedding. Bedding. There we go. And a box. They can have a box. Cut a wall. Right, let's get them in here, then we can see what we're going to be doing. So get you. Send to zoo. In you get. Send to zoo. In you get. Right. See what I would like. And all the barrels roll down the hill. Trees. Scotch pine. No. That looks like a nice tree, but it's not quite one which. Pines in here. Not the right type because they're not tropical, but smaller. Being a tree on top of another tree.
My, you have been busy,
There
haven't
we go.
you? Splendid. But now that you've adopted all these lovely new species,
I'm gonna
we
make
need
sure
to
they're
make sure
fine
they're
first.
nice and happy. So let's get the average welfare across the zoo nice and high, shall we? And by we, I mean you. Go on, get to it. Lovely job there. You should be proud
Yeah, they
of
seem
yourself.
quite happy.
Not only have you expanded the zoo and kept the animals as happy as Lanny, but you didn't bankrupt us in the process. Amazing.
You don't see that power reactor. You
Well, you've certainly transformed the zoo. I barely recognize it. A wonderful new exhibit, some fascinating new species, and you've done wonders for the animals' welfare by enriching their habitats. Who doesn't love playing with a 3-foot wide soccer ball, huh? I mean, other than professional soccer players. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't easy, though. I expect money was tighter than a possum's pouch. Plowing all those funds back into the welfare of the animals doesn't make running these places a picnic. Although, it does make me feel a little less guilty about how much our gift shops charge. No, as far as I'm concerned, the only reason to run a zoo is to help animal kind. Sadly, it appears some other people have far less noble goals.
There we go. And that can be for whatever. Add some water. Howdy. Right. Save zoo. New save. Doodly-doo. How do we turn that off? Let's do that when we get out into the main menu. Because if they're watching, I want them to watch on Twitch. Right. Settings. Base game. Right, I lost that setting now. And do. Ah, there we go. Friends only. Right. Air Essentials. Panda Park. There we go. Also, just to remind people, I'm not normally a cat. I'm just being a cat because we're playing with animals today. Being attacked by them mostly. Ooh, why does my model keep going? Is it because I'm looking at other things at the same time? Possibly. Pour myself another drink. And me get another bottle of pop. Yeah, that'll do for now. If you're wondering what that noise was, it's just a bottle of pop, so don't worry. Alright. That's nice and pretty.
Ah, pandas. they're my daughter's favorite animal. I think it's fair to say that if ever there was an animal which has captured the public's imagination, it's pandas. Oh, well, that's assuming you ignore cats and dogs, obviously. It'll take more than a cute bear to knock them off of the top spot. Oh, but did you know? Thanks to the incredible conservation work that's being done in China and around the world, pandas are no longer endangered. Amazing! That said, they're still considered vulnerable. So, this zoo is extraordinarily lucky and honored to be part of that conservation effort. It really speaks to our reputation, a reputation that you're going to be in charge of maintaining, along with all the general maintaining too. I really can't tell you how important the welfare of those pandas is. Oh, wait, I can. It is vitally important. The eyes of the world are on you, my friend. Although, perhaps more pressingly, the eyes of Nancy are on you too.
Welcome to China. This is Bernie's brand new Panda Celebration Zoo. So new, in fact, that it's not quite finished. But we'll deal with that later. First, let's take a tour of the zoo.
Let's find the pandas. Are you panda? Are you No, you're crocodile. Or alligator. Pandas. Are you panda? No, you're person. And prawns. Or flamingos, actually. Panda. Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Obviously, the giant pandas are the main attraction for this zoo, and luckily for us, we have one which was born just a few days ago. Let's go and have a look at it.
Find the babiest panda.
Oh, don't be shy. Select the panda cub.
And,
Oh, doesn't it just warm the cockles of your heart? So cute! Did you know that giant pandas, or Ailuropoda melaleuca, from
where's
being
the baby
formal,
one?
are the only entirely herbivorous bears? They can actually eat up to 38 kilos of bamboo a day. Not that surprising,
not
given
what I
that they'll
wanted.
spend up to 14 hours a day chomping away. I don't imagine this little fluff ball has that kind of appetite yet, though. Oh no. I just got word from one of our keepers that a sable antelope was placed into a habitat without going through quarantine first, and that they're displaying signs of disease. We'll have to move them into quarantine to stop the infection from spreading to the other animals. To do that, go to the highlighted habitat, find the infected animal, and then select them to bring up their information panel. Good. Now click move and then transfer them into quarantine. I've highlighted the quarantine facility in the zoo for you.
So I can click on it.
Oh, phew.
There we go.
That's a relief. Now that we've stopped the infection from spreading any further, we need to build a vet surgery so the antelope can be treated and then returned to his habitat. I've already highlighted where I'd like you to build it, so why don't we head over there? In order to build the vet surgery, click on Facilities, Staff Facilities, and then Vet Surgeries.
There we go.
That's the job. Vet surgeries play a very important role in a zoo, as they're the only places that vets can treat the animals. Once there's room for the antelope, the vet will pick them up from quarantine and bring them to the surgery. Yes, diseases can spread through a habitat quite easily, especially if the water inside it isn't being cleaned regularly. As it happens, I just got a report that one of our water treatment facilities has broken down, and the water
Yes,
in the
mysteriously
flamingo
just
and
broken down.
saltwater crocodile habitats has gotten dirty. I've highlighted the water treatment facility for you, so you should go and check it out. click on the water treatment facility to bring up its information panel.
I've still got people watching. Never
Good
mind.
work. Now that the water treatment facility has been repaired, the water will be cleaned up in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. You can also use mechanics to repair power facilities, transport rides, spins, benches, signs, and, as you already know,
There we go.
habitat barriers. Now, I'll be honest, I'm still a little worried about that disease scare we had, so I think we should do some research into it. Doing research into a disease can help prevent future outbreaks of it. And even if we do have an outbreak, it'll make the disease much less potent. I'd like you to start some research into bordetellosis. Disease research can be found in vet research, so head over to your research centre and get one of the vets researching it. Lovely job. Once that research is complete, I expect we'll send that disease packing in no time.
Whew! That was a close
Just
run
wait
thing
till they
with those
catch up.
antelopes. I dread to think what might have happened if you hadn't got them into quarantine as quickly as you did. Fast thinking there. We had a horrible outbreak of viral gastroenteritis here at Goodwin House. Although, luckily, that was just limited to me and my wife.
Right. Now that we've got all our urgent tasks in hand, we can start to focus on the guests and improving their time in the park. You see, you can also do research into new and improved guest facilities, transport rides, as well as new types of barrier and other things via the workshop. I've highlighted the workshop for you, so head over there, select it, and then click on View Workshop. And finally, assign a mechanic to research souvenir shops by dragging and dropping them onto it. I can't wait to see what they come up with.
Actually, no, I'll leave you to go into the park, and you can go into there.
Great stuff. That research will take a little while, so let's have a look at something else in the meantime. Because we've had some good news. It turns out that we're allowed to adopt more giant pandas. The authorities have given us 3 females to help with our breeding program. Even so, I'm sure you know how notoriously difficult it is to get pandas to breed, so we'll have to be patient. Our current giant panda habitat is full to the brim, but luckily we've already got another habitat ready to go. But before we move our new pandas in, they'll need to go through quarantine. Of course, we can't do that until we've accepted them. So open up animal trading and go into the animal reward section.
Already done that.
Finally, we can send them from animal storage to quarantine. To do that, just select them in animal storage, then click Send to Zoo, and then click on the quarantine facility in the zoo. Don't worry, I've highlighted it for you so you can find it easily.
There we go.
While we wait for them to clear quarantine, you should set up their new habitat so they feel at home in there. I'll also need you to bring over one of the male pandas from our other habitat, because without him, we're not going to have much of a breeding program, are we? So go on, move him over and get everything set up for your pandas.
Where are you? You'll do. Move. Move panda here. Right. Panda. You can have a drum. Some wind chimes. I'm quite sure you can play with them. You can be fed over here. Food enrichment. Power box. Right, increase terrain welfare to. Right, he needs more short grass.
Good news. Our new female pandas have been given a clean bill of health. You'd best move them into the new habitat so they can settle in. And I hope you've made their habitat as comfy as possible, because animals will only breed if they're happy.
I was busy, but never mind. I'll just move the pandas in.
Oh, bless. I think they'll be really happy in there. Fingers crossed we'll see some lovely new cubs sooner rather than later. Right. While they're being delivered, we'd better get on with something else. Oh, dear me. There's never any time to rest when you're running a zoo, is there? Well, unless you hit the pause button. Okay, I think it's time I taught you all about work zones. I know, they don't sound as interesting as the animals, but trust me, they're ever so useful. You see, work zones are a way of making sure that your staff concentrate on specific habitats or tasks within the zoo, so they aren't wandering off elsewhere when it's time to feed the animals or the like. So let's start by creating a new work zone and then assigning a keeper to it so that they know to look after the new pandas. To do that, go into the zoo section, then click on staff and then work zones. To set up your new work zone, I'll need you to select the highlighted habitat gate, staff room and keeper hut. Oh, and don't forget to name it something useful. Once you're done, just go ahead and exit the work zone creator.
Right, how do we change the name?
Now, click on New Work Zone.
Pandas Mark II.
Now let's hire a new keeper and assign them to our new work zone. We don't want them getting distracted by other goings-on in the zoo. Go on, hire one. Then, click on your new keeper to bring up their information panel and go to their employment tab.
I don't even know what he disappeared to. Ah, there you are. You can name them. Right. Diddly-doo. I'm sure I named it. Work zone 10. Fine, go with work zone 10.
There you go. Now your keeper will focus his attention on our new pandas. Oh, and just so you know, all types of staff can be assigned work zones. Just make sure that they have access to all the buildings that they need. And one last thing, You might find it faster to assign them from the Work Zones tab in the Staff section of Zoo Management. That'll save you having to chase around selecting your staff one by one. Oh, it sounds like the brand research has been completed. You should collect your rewards, and you can do that by clicking on the notification or by going back into mechanic research.
Welfare, welfare. Where do they live? Where are they? Oh, there you are. They need social space. They're crowded. I'll solve that in a moment. Zoo.
Now that we've got our
Right.
lovely new Just a Memento shop designed, you should build one of them near the zoo's exit. That way the guests won't miss it on their way out and we won't miss out on their money.
Z and spin you around that way. Howdy. Right. I want construction. That's not it. Facilities. Go review.
Oh,
There we go.
that's ever so wonderful, that is. Anyway, I'm just off for a moment, but I'm sure I'll have some more jobs for you to look at shortly.
Aw, those pandas look just adorable. I can see why people keep foolishly forgetting that they're wild bears. And good work on that new gift shop branding. Just a memento. Very clever. Much better than our old overpriced gifts branding. I'm all for truth in advertising, but it was perhaps a little on the nose.
You've got that.
Back
Go
as
away.
promised. Right, I'd like you to increase the number of different species in the zoo. Now, you can find out what species are already in your zoo by going into the zoo section and then into the animals area. And if you're wondering how you're going to fit them all in, then mixed species habitats are a great way to save space and create interesting habitats. Just make sure to check the Zoopedia to find out which species enjoy living together. E.g., don't mix lions with antelopes.
What do you want? You need find a hide. A hide habitat. Pan Golden. No, it's too big. Something small. I do have one already, but there we go. Right, what was I doing? Animal. Oh. Let's just fix that. Right, we've got 15, so we need 3 more. I'm going to go over an exhibit, because it's easy. That looks like a nice flat spot, so we'll do... What's it overlapping with? Right, as I was doing... Right, let's see, what exhibits have we got? Panels, exhibits, we've got a snake, a frog, a snail, scorpion, centipedes. That sounds like a good idea. One of you, and one of you. Send to zoo, send to here. Right, exhibit. We actually have power. That should be an important thing to do. Facilities, power, transformer. Yes, we have plenty of power. Right. Yeah. Right, hire a staff member, a keeper, I can't do much more with that. Exhibits. Well, centipedes. Oh, constrictors. Spoods. Probably not good to have them all together. Do animals exhibits? We have no spoods and no. We have one snake. So we'll get a boa constrictor. And we'll get spiders tend to. Let's get the one speed. One speed there.
I'm sure you know by now how to make your animals happy. So you'd best get that sorted before the inspector gets here.
That's nice.
Sorry, did I not mention there was an inspector
Hey,
coming? Oh, dear.
Yeah. I'll play and warm the spood up a little bit. Right, spood is vaguely happy. You need to be warmer and a bit more hydrated. There we go. Right, we do need to research more. So, one on the centipede and one on the boa constrictor. Right, I need to do a work order. Ooh. Why have you escaped? How did you escape? That's not really escaping. What was I doing? Anyway, zoo. I called 11. Right. Need to improve all the animals. Before it says that everything. Right. Move you to over there. There we go. And enrichment. Species food enrichment. Habitat. We'll Right, you're happy. Right, and there was unhappy animals. Social. Is it there's just so many of them in there? Terrain, navigable climbing. Needs more snow. And navigatable climbing. These are there we go, and hard shelter. That's better. And enrichment, they need some more enrichment. A box. Ball. There we go. %97%. Right. We'll take you off that. If we can. No, it's already done. What will this unlock? Reading, fun fact. I don't want that. I want. Yes, I made you mod. Yes. No, I could just make you VIP again. You know that, don't you? No power abuse on my watch, unless it's my own power abuse. Right, I think I've made them all happy now. Continue. Right. Look, it's snowing. Boa. %. That's good. Need to. Let's move it on to. Why stressed? Sure. I didn't. Thing is, if I add this now, you'll be too warm later. I'm not answering that one. Right, I'll move you off that and put you onto Spood. Right. I will put. We are being family friendly, yes. Train, rock. Sort that later when it's warmed up. Where did I put the? Fine, I will put a small heater for him. But it's warming up now. It stopped. Warm up. Now, my streams are always family friendly. Maybe because it's a lot easier to work out things. Right. Spood. Spood, you need to be happy. Be happy. Happy thing now. Right. Oh, that's a big croc. Hello, big croc. Right. No, I can't. It's on everyone at the moment. I can't change the age rating. Yeah, I think I have to be a bigger streamer first to change all the age ratings. Right. Red panda? An unhappy red panda? Why are you unhappy, red panda? Trying to hide. Stop looking at the red panda. That needs to be the other way around. Best type of stream I can do is innuendo. Look at the red panda. Look at its fluffiness. Look at this intimidating, frightening beast. Look at how intimidating that is. Look at the other frightening beast. As it sits, contemplating how to destroy us all. Why are you unhappy? I don't even know where you are. There you are. It's a... What are you? Stress. Trying to hide. Stop looking at these animals. Right, continue. That's not what I wanted, but yeah, but it stresses the animals. It makes them confused. Right. True, but if somebody was watching you go about your business all day, would you not become stressed as well? Why are you stressed some more? I made it one-way glass. Right, fine. I will make you a house. House. Habitat. What are you? Okay, Packy. You already have a house. Why do you need more? Why did I just put that up there? There. Species food enrichment. There. Scott's fine. Right. Spood can do Spood things now. Where is Spood? Spood, you now have Spood things to be Spood with. 88%. Right, enrichment. They need hard shelter and toys. Habitat. How do you spell flamingo? How do? Probably not the thing for them. Right.
Looks like you've got everything humming
There we
away
go.
nicely. Well done. Oh, well, it seems that with our new pandas and other species, we've attracted lots and lots of new guests. Let's work on making sure those guests are kept happy. That means making sure they have great views of the animals, lots of places to buy food and drink, and, well, lots of places to get rid of food and drink. Toilets. You should think carefully about where to put your guest facilities, though. For instance, don't put all of the food shops in the same place. Just look at how the guests are distributed around the park and put your facilities where they'll be needed the most. As long as you remember to pay attention to what the guests are thinking, you'll soon have a handle on what everyone wants.
Right. Facilities. It's not the one we need. Toilets. Toilet. Where is bin? I think I've got everything unlocked. Zoo. Research. Food and drinks. Get you. Or are you after? Shelters and climbing. I'll change that to something else. I think that's drink shop. I didn't want that one. Food and You're completely done. Yes, don't be naughty in chat. Otherwise Mia has to do work when she comes back. Yeah. I'll pop you on there. And see, he's letting me, guessing we're going to be streaming soon as well. Alright. A bin. No bin over there. One more bin there. I saw there's bins there, but never mind. Okay, build them in that area. Never mind. Two. A little bit of lag. See, there's bins everywhere. Four and 5. Two, 3, 4, 5. Right. Information center. Probably a bit too big. Cancel. You've not escaped. You're still in. You've not escaped. You're just. How is that escaping? Fine. Right. What was I doing? Oh, that's right. Yeah, you do other stuff. Hmm. Right, that probably helps. Not that one I want. No, that's a penguin. There we go. No more escaping. Right, I wanted to do facilities, but I want blueprint. Right, I need to make a chief beef.
That's nice.
Here. I didn't add everybody as VIP. I added a few people as VIP. Just added a lot of people to VIP. Was it welcome back? We need to add a chief beef. Right, up. Go up. Okay. I am looking at chat. So I'm also trying to make things so they don't escape. Yes, he does. That is Sammy. He streams earlier in the morning. Right. Yes, we do. It is. Oh, SCG. Yes, we do. It is exclamation mark SO. Or... I didn't know that Sammy was in the chat. She snuck in. Hello, Sammy. Didn't know you sneaking in. No, she was playing quite a few other games. I just don't think she edited her game titles. I did have a quick look. I did have a quick visit of one of her streams earlier. What am I doing? Right, I'll let you keep doing that. That's done, and now the last one is Cosmic Cow milkshakes.
Oh, sounds like the inspector's almost here. Now, I fully expect you to pass with flying colours. Anything less, and I might have to organise a little job exchange scheme for you with whoever's mucking out the pandas.
Right. All the animals happy. Speed up because it's going to take a little while otherwise. I need to find out where they disappeared to. And Sammy's just raided with 26 people. Welcome raiders, welcome to whatever I'm meant to be doing. Yes, Mia, if you can do enough of a shout out for me. Yes, welcome everyone to the stream. My name is Berkeley. Just to let you know, I don't normally look like a cat. I normally look like something else, but I'm being a cat because I'm playing Planet Zoo. And why is this animal being stressed again? Stop being stressed. Nobody can see. But yes, welcome everyone. As always, thank you for popping by. I'm going to put a barrier up here. You're going to be that. And why aren't you being one-way glass? Sorry. I'm just trying to work out why this thing ain't working. Yeah, I remember popping it by when you were playing. I think it was Friday the 13th when I popped by. You have not escaped. Temperature. Yeah, I remember streaming. What was it? I don't remember what time when that was a very long stream. Right, where is that inspector? Pandas are happy. Yeah, we're just playing 50. Oh, good grief, no. I struggle with 4 to 5. I've got enough. How did you escape? Did you get over the? It got over the glass. It's sneaky things. Remove that. There. Right. Maybe that'll keep him happy for a while. I don't know where the inspector's gone. Probably nothing important. This is after the tortoise now. Right, 5-star tortoise. After I can't pronounce that one. Okay. Oh, where's he gone? Where's he gone? That's enough of. Why keep? It's because you're stuck with the. Stop going for a swim together. Right, and you just need to see one more thing. I'm actually going to stop you from doing that. Alright. Alright. That's because I'm watching somebody. These things I'm not too sure of. They're awkward. Where's the inspector gone? Ah. That's because it's winter. Would I ever play League? No, I have. Well, I like the characters, but I probably won't be playing League. No, it's not really something which I. I don't mind playing multiplayer games. It's just not the kind which I like. To be honest, I want to try playing some more some Space Station 13 because this is hilarious. It's just. I know, I've tried it before and I have seen it and it just doesn't quite click with me, so.
Goodness.
Right.
You know, I really can't believe just how much you've come on during our time together.
Yeah, blah, 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 blah. I probably should listen to what he says, but,
It goes.
Right, that is all the tutorial missions. Well, parks, whatever they are. Yeah, all those three were just a tutorial. Time scenarios? Oh, no, I don't do this timed. Yeah, it's 3 hours. So it's basically one park an hour. I might. Normally I'd try and have a break for now, so. Well, not break, normally I'll stop for now. Just want to see who is online. Yeah. I'm just seeing who is online to raid. Let's see what Kessie's doing. Race or raid. Right. I found a raid thingy. Raid channel. I'm also going to mute that. And also turn off the game. And also go to the next window. So, thank you everyone for joining me. I'm going to change that to the lounge. There we go. Thank you everyone for joining me. And also thank you for everyone who helped me get over the 100 follower goal. I now have to work out what my next goal is. But yes, we'll be raiding Ketchy, who... I need to turn that down. I don't tend to go to the lounge screen often. That better? A bit lower. Is it probably a bit lower? I'm going to actually quit a Planet Zoo because I'm going deaf on that. But yes, we'll be. What am I doing? Well, I am streaming tomorrow. I don't know what I'm playing. I didn't actually get that far. What should I play? I'll work out what I'm playing tomorrow. I could play Final Fantasy 7. The original one, that is. I haven't worked out what I'm playing tomorrow. But yes, I am streaming tomorrow. My normal time of 6 PM GMT, and yeah, I'll announce it on Twitter when I've worked out what it is. And 6 PM GMT, which is also 1 PM EST for anybody who's in the US. I don't know what all the other things are for all the other things, but yeah, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll get a 1 hour announcement when I am streaming. So and whatever game I'm streaming. So I'm going to get the raid ready. So thank you again for everybody who joined me, and yeah, whoever wants to join in on the raid, feel free to stick around. We're going to be raiding Ketchy, who is also in the UK. She is playing Nier Automata. I can't pronounce it, but you'll find out in a moment. Anyway, thank you again, everyone, and I hope to see you all again next time. So I'm just going to quickly change to my ending bit, just so I get all my credits out of the way, and then we'll raid Ketchy. So yeah, I'll see you in a moment. Well, see you in a bit, or later, whatever. Goodbye!